Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to say call Alayim Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, double honors to the elders and the apostles and elders of all Israel, the men of great millstone. Shalom and salutation to the hopeful elect Akim out there, spreading the gospel throughout the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth, presenting your bodies as a living sacrifice, as the scriptures teach us to do. Shalom to them, shalom to the very, very, very few sisters that do listen up as well. I'm the brother Yarmaya from the Great Millstone Chicago camp, basically coming to you with another lesson. This lesson is something I went into a couple weeks ago, but I'm just going from a different angle. This movie, when I say this movie, I'm talking about this reality. It's like a scripted movie, and everybody's going to play their part, and everybody has to be a somebody in this movie, whether it's the 2/3 of Israel, whether it's Esau, Elam, Ishmael, all the other heathens, the Moabites, the Ammonites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, which are the Israelites, the 1/3 of them, which includes the 144, the elect, the 2/3 of them, which are going to be totally eviscerated. All these trials and tribulations, everything that happens in your life, everything is already scripted, but it's always scripted. The fight is fixed. All right, the elect is going to win. All right, this is why the scripture says, he who endures to the end, the same shall be saved. And that's why you can't trip, when you get caught up in shit, or, you might lose your car and be down in the spirit, because you got to travel. You use public transportation. Who gives a fuck? Your woman, might leave you or whatnot. That's classic soup for Israelite. Your job, you might get fired because you live your life a certain way that you can't work certain jobs and make certain money. And that's something in these things, whether it be losing your job, losing your finances, losing your woman, losing your family, we understand this. This is part of taking up the cross. We actually understood this is what we signed up for. That's why the scriptures say you'll be hated of all for my sake. That all includes your woman. That all includes your family. That all includes your old friends and colleagues. You might be down in the spirit, but when these people are cut off, you see the fruit that it bears amongst, the brotherhood, amongst your own mental stability and growth, and you actually understand that you don't need them. You don't need anything but Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai when he set up. That's his understanding. That's his tutelage from the apostles, the elders, the brothers, and that makes you a stronger person, so never be tripping off, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai trimming the fat and soldiering you up and refining you through that furnace, because this is all scripted. And like I always say, you never know who these people, whether it be your children who might despise you, whether it be your woman who might leave you, whether it be some random ass niggard who cut you off in traffic. The Lord really put these people in your life if they go against you and you serving the Lord wholeheartedly to get marked, because you never know who they was in the past life. You never know who they was, man, and the Lord will bring them back just to get that last, to solidify and stamp that last judgment. That's why he said in the book of Revelations, he that is holy, let him be holy still. He that is just, let him be just still. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He that is filthy, let him be filthy still. Only thing you got to do is do the work, man. He who endures to the end, the same shall be saved. All right? He's bringing acceptable men through the furnace of adversity. Don't you want to be acceptable? To be acceptable, you have to be tried. And no matter how hard or how harsh or how uncomfortable to the flesh these trials or tribulations get to you, just know this is part of you advancing for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and that the men who advance for Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai will be the men that get delivered, because this is already written. Just like we went into slavery, just like we in here in America at the bottom of the barrel with the bases of men pursuing the Daniel 4:17, because Esau is the lowest, being set up by the Lord over us. That's written. And it's also written that we will reign again. It's also written that we will be kings. It's also written, to read the end of Psalms. He said the two-edged singing the praises of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai loud, a two-edged sword in their hand, binding their kings with feathers and chains. Yeah, that's written too. And it's damn sure gonna happen. And like the elder Malcolm always say, you goddamn right, I want my revenge. Hell yeah, I want my revenge. And we're gonna get it, because that's part. He said, here's the faith and the patience of the saints. He who goes into captivity, He will lead into captivity, shall go into captivity. The killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. Hell yeah, he said that's the faith and the patience of the saints. Hell yeah, a righteous man wants his revenge. And we're gonna get that. But only certain men, you know, that count the cost and cut their ties and affiliations with this world, you know, and we navigate amongst this world, you know, you being users of the world, not abusers thereof. But it's always something. Hey, it's like an old 80s song. I think it's always something that'll remind us, no matter how much we might fit in. Some brothers don't mingle in that well as others, but it's always something there to remind you that you got to get the fuck up out of this place and that you're not a part of this place. And Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has this movie already written.